So yeah, I restarted Quadratini. That's right. The island that I started the day New Horizons dropped way back in March 2020. The island that has been my baby for the past year and a half is gone. No more. It was difficult.
What have I done?
But I was sure of my decision.
Oh no.
And even though I did this with basically 6 days until the 2.0 update dropped, I did not regret my decision.
I am regretting my decisions.
Now, was I completely prepared to start my new island?
I don't know what the name of the island's gonna be.
No. But nonetheless, despite what every video was telling me about not restarting and saving up my Nook miles, I really wanted to restart. I knew it was a bad idea, and I know that, I didn't really have time to get the Nook miles that I needed or whatever, but I wanted to start fresh with a new island for the 2.0 update so I could build something, alongside this new fresh start for Animal Crossing. So off we went. So now, because I love myself, I also decided that speedrunning 2-3 stars in 5 days just wasn't hard enough. So I decided to start off the island of Ina without any assistance from Treasure Islands or friends or anything like that. Just good old time traveling and grinding. I'm calling it a hermit run, but this should be fun. Day one of my playthrough was spent grinding for Nook miles to pay off my moving fees and trying to catch enough fish and bugs to get Blathers to move to my island. So in order to fully experience the 2.0 update, I wanted to have my museum fully upgraded with art exhibit and all of that. So I needed to get a move on, and I also needed to grind as much as possible for Nook miles along the way. I planted some flowers for Nook miles, I got some materials because, in my head I was like, okay, gotta have 30 iron ore for that shop in a couple days. And in order to get a head start on beautification, I placed whatever furniture I got outside on my island. Beautiful. After donating 5 creatures to Tom Nook, I had enough and Blathers was coming to my island, so I placed down his tent. It was a good idea for me to start my playthrough in June because it gave me the optimal time to get all the critters that I needed to get Blathers there ASAP, and also to fill up my island afterwards to get the art exhibit. After I did a little bit more grinding for custom designed Nook miles things and getting stung by bees, I ended the day with lots of stuff outside of Blather's tent, and also with a paid-off loan. Day 2. So on day 2, Blathers arrived, which gave me my vaulting pole and my shovel recipe. I had to donate everything that I had left over from the day before, which, it's a lot of Blathers dialogue to sit through. And then I looked for some more fossils, and I fished a little bit more until I basically had enough items for him to officially build his museum. Now, elsewhere, I built this really easy to execute Mario Core entrance with some cheap items that I ordered off Nook Shopping. I figured that these would, help with the star rating decoration-wise because they're special. I don't know. Now, I forgot to get my tent upgraded to a house after paying off my debt, so I did that today, which gave me access to the Nook Miles Plus, making that Nook Mile grind just a little bit easier, which is good because today I really needed to get those Nook Miles so that I could expand my pockets, get my tool ring, and get the pro custom designs. I went back onto that material grind for the store, mainly praying for some iron nuggies. I picked up some more weeds, I bought myself a wetsuit, and ended my day. Day 3. Day 3 was focused on clinching the deal with the new store opening. I wasn't stressed about getting the wood, even though that is, I would say, much more dangerous. I just needed to get those 30 iron nuggies, which were in limited supply around my island, but luckily I had a fair amount in my pocket. I also finally saved up enough Nook miles to get the pretty good tools recipes, and then I went about upgrading my tools before realizing that I forgot that uses iron. Nice one, EJ. So after cleaning up some weeds, harvesting more wood, and getting Nook miles for passing out after being stung by bees, it was time to put my single Nook mile ticket to use so I could get my last few iron nuggies. Evidently, this also meant that I went on the shortest villager hunt ever, where I found... Well, we can get back to that one later. I got the rest of the nuggets that I needed, I grabbed some coconuts for the miles, and I headed back to deliver my bounty. So I set up the shop, I did some fishing to get some more bells, I placed down some flowers just for fun, and I turned in for the night. Oh, right, Gulliver. Day 4! The shop is officially open. The museum is officially open. I mean, so many things are open. So there was lots of newness today on the island. I got some new reactions, some new vendors, some new fruit, and new friends on the horizon. With the museum officially open, I had the new goal of unlocking the art exhibit, which was done after donating about 60 things to the museum, a goal which I was well on my way towards. I assembled a kit for Imna's first bridge, and then it was time to work on our 3 housing plots. I was able to make most of the furniture from what I'd harvested over the last few days, but I still had to do a little hunting before I finished. But I didn't finish. Day 5. Tucker moved in. Now, to clarify, this is not the villager that I found in the hunt. I would not be that excited about Tucker. He's fine, but you know. So these days are a little less focused than before. I already had the villager houses set up and everything. Gathered some materials. I bought some not really cute clothing for Mabel so that she could open her store here. And then I got this message from Nook. What? Which is when I realized that this one chair was just slightly too far away. Great. So, with all the plots made, I got paid fencing. Okay. So I put up the fencing, I got a few more Nook miles out of that, and then it was on to Day 6, where we saw for the very first time Eve. And also Harv. More excitingly though, the villager that we found on our hunt moved in, and it was... but don't worry, this isn't the last exciting hunt find in this video. Otherwise, it was an unexciting day. I got Trubs from a leaf, which I promptly placed down for those sweet, sweet Nook miles. I also took the customization course with Nook. I did some more material harvesting. I donated more stuff to Blathers. And then I waded into the ocean for my first swim, which was, so exciting. But I'm at Pascal. With the new sea creatures that I donated, though, I was closer than ever to the 60 donation goal, but that would have to wait for Day 7, which brought our 3rd new villager, Gladys. Listen, I wasn't a huge fan of my first 3 villagers, but Rosie and then Gladys? Now, come on now. Otherwise, this was really an uneventful day. I did some fishing. I helped this dumb bird again. I got avian flu. I donated some more to the museum, and oh. Hell yeah. On day 8, resident services was closed for renovation, but there was also a certain shady character stalking about the island. But other than some harvesting, fishing, diving, and grinding for bells to save up for the bridges and inclines that we need to get for 3 stars, it was a pretty calm day. It was truly, though, the calm before the storm that was Day 9, which starts with the announcement that the queen has arrived. The queen of wasting our time, but the queen nonetheless. Now, the final push for 3 stars begins. So I constructed the campsite kit, and I placed that down. I expanded my pockets one last time, thank God. And I did a little bit more grinding for bells and miles. Lastly, I placed down our 2nd bridge, which is bringing us on to Day 10. So I skipped a day to miss my in-game birthday, but that also meant that there was no campsite villager, even though the campsite was built. But the art exhibit was open, so I was all ready for the pigeon friend to arrive. There we go, 1 goal off the list. Now I needed some money for an incline, so I actually made a hot item to sell. Can you remember the last time you did that? I picked up some more weeds, and along the way, saw Red again. Hey, buddy. So I placed down our first incline, I bought my first piece of art, and placed down some more furniture for that 3-star decor. And then it was time for Day 11, which brought with it Mabel for the 2nd time with slightly better clothes, but no glasses. Thanks, Mabel. And our first campsite villager, who was none other than... Oh, my baby Lopez. Again, I'm getting some pretty clutch starting villagers, okay? I, of course, invited him because I had to, but also I like him. And I got his plot from Nook. Bought some more decor, and now Day 12. Lopez is here, and it's time to get more housing plots set up. But first, let's check in on our star rating. Great. So, I placed down 1 housing plot, and why not? I'll place down another one too. And then I might as well speed things along by going on a 1-ticket villager hunt. Autofill. Did someone say autofill? Oh my god. Day 13, no one moved in. I'm sad. And also, I'm ready to be done. So I quickly did a couple Nook Miles tasks, I bought another ticket, and time for another hunt. Okay, so like, I guess I won't get a snooty or a cranky, but this is good too. I had to spruce up the place a little more for Eric, so I weeded a little more. I placed down some decor just in time for day 14. Day 14. Eric is here, and so is Mabel, but this time for good. I set up the shop plot, and I checked on my new start. What the? Well, time for another hunt. Okay, sure. I would have preferred a snooty or a cranky, but this was fine. Listen, by this point, my patience, it's wearing thin. 2.0 is looming on the horizon. So I ran home from this island. I slapped down some flowers to beautify, and I gave myself a pep talk. Oh, it's gonna be a great day on Imna. It's gonna be great. Day 15, oh my God, okay, day 15. Cherry is here, yada, yada, yada. Okay, I throw down some decor for a last minute star push. This is it. Okay, I can feel it. You know, there's 8 villagers. I got lots of decor, bridges, flowers, inclines. We have to have... Okay, well, based on Isabel's feedback, I assume that means that the weeds are still standing in my way, but I am so tired. I am so tired of sitting at my desk, so I got comfy. And as I laid on my bed, I reminded myself, listen, this is all just a game. It's not a race. I don't have to be the first person to experience everything that 2.0 has to offer. And maybe that is what this whole thing was really about. Maybe subconsciously I chose to do a hermit run, not because it was hard, but because it forced me to slow down, to do my dailies again, and fish, and talk to my villagers. I mean, I helped Gulliver for the first time in over a year. Listen, maybe picking up all of my weeds and planting 20 flowers for good measure wouldn't get me to 3 stars, and maybe I wouldn't be quote-unquote ready for 2.0, and maybe that's okay. Day 16. I skipped ahead 3 days just to give my flowers time to bloom and Abel's time to move in, and I headed straight for Isabel, ready to accept my 2-star rating and... Okay, so yeah, forget all that nonsense. We got 3 stars, baby! Okay, just kidding. Let's not forget it, but I was very happy to be done and ready for day 17, where KK Slider gave his concert. And even though he was playing Welcome Horizons, to me, it sounded like victory. I had done it. I upgraded my museum, I had 3 stars, I got terraforming. I mean, I was ready for the 2.0 update. I mean, there wasn't anything left for me to... Oh my God, I have like no Nook miles.